Hello friends, welcome to Squared Plans. I'm Stephanie and today we're going to be doing a current planner setup video so you guys can just kind of see what my setup is like right now and also kind of go over how I put all 5 of these planners into this one here. So somebody had requested this video and I wasn't really sure because I do my monthly flip throughs every month and kind of show a bit of my planner setup as I go through the flip throughs. But I decided to do a dedicated one here because I did make some changes recently to my setup and thought you guys might be interested to see how I've mixed things up and changed things a bit so that it's a little bit more functional for myself. So that said, let's jump in. The beginning of my planner here is composed of a Happy Notes cover that I got a while back from the Happy Planner. It was for a farmhouse Happy Planner notes. And then I'm using 1.5 gold metal discs currently on the spine that I got from Staples from the ARC line. They were on clearance, which was great. And I do hope to eventually put on some black discs here that I've been trying to DIY. Kind of put it on the back burner, but I do like the idea of having black discs on this cover, so hopefully I get to it before the end of the year, you guys. But yeah, so there's that, and that starts off the planner. I have a pocket folder here at the front that I got at Joann's. They don't have it anymore, but I did find something on Amazon if you guys are looking for something similar. And this, as well as anything else I can find in my planner that's kind of like an accessory or just something that I'm going to show you that you might want to insert into your planner. I'll try to find a link for it and put it below in the description. So check that first. If you can't find what you're looking for, go ahead and write in the comments and let me know, and I'll try and find whatever you guys are interested in seeing. So yeah, so I have this little pocket in here. It's not a pocket folder, it's like a pocket pencil pouch. Yeah, pocket pouch is what it is. And so yeah, I have that in here. I sometimes use it. I don't use it that often because I don't take my planner with me when I go out of the house like I used to when I used to have to drive to work, so I don't need it as much anymore. But it was handy to have for things that I didn't really have a place for in the planner, as far as like pocket folders. Needed it a little bit more secure, like different pens or things like that. So it is nice to have in there, depending on how you use your planner. The next thing I have is my sticky dash, which I made a long time ago as well. And I basically just take stickies and refresh them. I put about 5 to 10 of them on here at once in different sizes and styles. And then just as I deplete them, I'll refill them from my little sticky stash that I have. And I put it on a piece of acetate that has like some gold writing that I got, I want to say from Michael's. And I basically just took that because the stickies do much better as far as adhering to the plastic, and they stay a little bit firmer on the page. So I definitely want to keep them from falling off because that used to happen when I had a normal cardstock sticky dash, and I didn't really like that. And I've also put some cardstock on the back, as you see. This one is the last one, so it's coming off right now. Cardstock on the back, which I've adhered with some photo corners, which you're going to see me use throughout this setup, you'll see. But they're basically little corners that go for photos, and I just put them on the corners of the pages so that the pages can kind of stick together, but not permanently. I use that for my sticky dash. Get those guys in there. Almost. So there's that. Here's where the changes start to occur in my setup. I have made some clear dividers from some plastic I got on Amazon. I was gonna buy dividers, but I just like the idea of having free reign to do what I want. I mean, they're not perfect. The plastic I got was a little bit heavy. I think I would go with a thinner gauge next time. I'll put what I have down below again in the description. I probably will try this again, but with a thinner plastic. It's still flexible, but it's still a little bit rigid. I will do also a video showing you how I made the divider so you can kind of see the setup. All I needed was scissors. I didn't need anything special to cut it, and then my power punch for the punches. So it's very DIY-able, but I wanted to kind of start off a different layout with some of the things I want to incorporate with my planner, and I just needed some other kind of functionality to navigate through my planner aside from my top tabs, which I love. So now what I'm doing is I'm keeping my top tabs for the planners that I use on a monthly basis, which we'll talk about in a minute, and then the kind of main sections of my planner that don't change from month to month. I have now these clear dividers that I've made and kind of help me navigate to those sections on the side. So the first part of that functionality of my planner is the tasks divider. And in the task divider, I've made a new insert, which if it all goes well, I don't find any issues with it, I will put it in my shop. I just want to try it out, make sure that it's functional and works well before I put it out there for you guys. But I made an inbox task list kind of based off of the Getting Things Done system by David Allen. I've been looking into that for a while, and I just kind of thought that would be a nice thing to try. So I am setting up this little inbox so that when tasks come in, I can easily write them down here and then organize them to that GTD method and keep track of them a little bit better than I was before, because I really didn't have a place to put tasks that maybe don't need to be done right away or on a specific day before. So this system, I'm hoping, will help kind of unify that problem that I was having and get a little system going that will be more functional and productive for me. So I've made this insert. There are currently the ones with the headers on there, and then I have one that has nothing set up at all. Both of these, like I said, will eventually go in my shop. I just want to try them out, make sure that they work functionally first and that there's no issues as far as how they are used. That is my inbox for handling tasks, and once I get more comfortable with that, I'll also do a video on that if you're interested. And then I have this carryover from, I used to have a monthly layout with tasks on it, and I ended up not being able to tackle these tasks on a monthly basis. So this has kind of become my someday list, where if I have extra time, I can go in and tackle it, or, you know, just if I'm in a specific area with a little bit of free time, like, you know, working on business stuff, I can come and see if there's something I can cross off this list while I'm in there. So this is a little bit still ambiguous, this list, but I have it in here, and it's just kind of a long-term task that can be done whenever I have the time, and I'm just leaving that in here for now in this section of the planner. Okay, so the next section that I have in the planner is my goals section. This used to be a top tab. I ended up changing it out for one of these clear dividers because it fits a little bit better with the scheme. I don't really need to get into this on a daily basis. I just need to have it in my planner and at easy access so I can quickly reference what I should be doing at any given time. So it starts off with my quarterly goals insert, which I did a video on. And this one has been really great, just kind of having everything mapped out per quarter so I know what to focus in on each quarter and hopefully get things done. I did a pretty good job, I think, in quarter one getting the things done as best I could for my goals. And so I'm really working hard towards quarter two, which is a bigger goal I'm trying to tackle. So that will start off the section. I also have a vision board and some other things that I did previously in my goal setting series that I think I should probably add back in here soon, just so that I have it for reference and building out quarter three and quarter four goals, so I can reference that and put in the goals that I should be working towards. So on the back of it, I have my habit tracker that I've been using the last year and a half. This one I'm using for my quarterly, or not my quarterly, my time with God, just kind of tracking how I'm doing with that goal. And I have it stuck on here with, again, the photo corners. Yeah, that's been going great. It's just nice to kind of see at a glance how well I'm sticking with the goal, and that habit tracking just helps me see, you know, at a glance what I'm doing and how well I am achieving that goal. That is that. And then I did make this little sheet from a accessory pack I picked up on clearance from Hobby Lobby not too long ago. So I'll link it below if I can find it. This sheet is in there as an insert. It used to say weekly goal. I just kind of changed it out for the 3 months of Q2 that I'm working towards. And as you can see, I'm behind. I have some things I need to catch up on. Just kind of got lazy in April. Hopefully I can catch up and get my goal achieved on time by the end of June. So I'm just kind of using this as a way for me to break things down by month and tasks and hopefully get things accomplished by then. So that's that sheet, and that kind of ends my goals section for now. And then we have what I call the dated part of my planner. The schedules is what I decided to call it on the divider part of my planner, where I'm in it on a daily basis. But first I have my pen loop here, which is from the Happy Planner. This, as well as this pocket folder, are also from the Happy Planner. This is from the Planner Babe accessory line, and this one was a lot earlier. This is probably back in 2018, 2019 when they came out with these, and I haven't seen too many since. But if I can find a link to one, I will put it down in the description below. I also pretty much always use friction pens in my planner because I make a lot of mistakes. And so my favorite is this Click Friction Ball 05 point pen in black. I use that one a lot. And then I have another one at the back, which is a 4-color pen. Both of these will be linked below in the description. I'm going to quit saying that. You guys just check the description if you're looking for anything that I have in here again, and then just comment if you can't find what you're looking for. So like I said, I have this pocket here, and that kind of like divides out the front of my planner from this schedule dated section of my planner. And here I have a little printout that I used for my faith planner this month, and it's just a nice way to have it at hand in case I need to reference it. So next we have this schedules part of my planner. This is the 3rd section, and I'm just using this clear divider to help kind of define that as a section. And so I've moved my year overview into the section because it is a dated part of the planner. And at the front I just have my insert or my printable that I used for this year, 2021. And it has a year at a glance, which is just handy to quickly see the year overview, and then the perpetual calendar portion of that, which is nice too. So I can put in holidays and birthdays and things like that that I need to remember each month, and I can easily reference it. So this tab, the tabs that are at the top are all made from Happy Planner dashboards. Most of them I've stripped down to the bare plastic using a hack I discovered about a year ago, which has been a life changer for my planning setup. I basically find dashboards on clearance and then use that hack to clean them up and make them clear. This one is one of the least well done ones because the entire front of this was purple, and it had been printed with purple foil that said Planner Babe all around. So I did my best to kind of clean it up, but the foil was kind of embedded into the plastic a bit, the punch of it, so you can kind of see a light bit of ghosting of the Planner Babe still on this one. I kept it because it's one of the few that I have with this outside tab, which I kind of find important when I want to reference things that aren't in my normal planner scheme. So I've changed this one out to be one of the outside tabs, and that I think is going to work a little bit better, so I can easily flip to it when I need to set up the month or set up the week if I don't have it written down in the month and just for reference. So that is the first one, and then we get into the Faith Planner. The Faith Planner starts off with these pocket pages that I made, again, about this time last year, maybe a little earlier. Have a video on that if you're interested. And I like that it just kind of starts off with this, kind of a nice way to lead into my faith planner. And then I use a planner. The planner that I'm currently using in my faith is a frankenplanner of this guy here, the Grace Upon Grace undated planner. I basically have taken all of the dividers out of this guy and the currently pages, and then took the guts, which were vertical lined guts, and moved those out. And I'm putting in my quadrant layout from my shop, which you're going to see. So I talk about this kind of stuff in my flip through videos if you want a little bit more detail, but this is the planner that I'm actually using in my faith section, and I have it kind of mapped out. So I've already moved in, January through April, and now I'm into May, and when June comes, I'll move in June and take out May. So that's the way that this catch-all planner functions. I have a complete planner for each section of this part of my planner: faith, daily, health, social, and keep those on my desk separate, but work out of my catch-all throughout the month. And then at the end of the month, I just change out the planner information for the next month and work off of it again, just this one planner. So this is my faith planner. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what that is, and that's why I have this stack here, so you guys can see just what is being fed into my catch-all. So again, I have my faith planner, and I use these tabs to help me navigate straight to the main sections of my planner each day. And the first thing I go to is my faith overview, which has my prayer list. It has just kind of this nice little ambiance of a spread using the divider, and then this currently page that I usually fill in as I go through the month. So that's a faith overview. The front part of my planner, the ones that aren't something special in each part of the planner, like this one is the overview kind of section, will be here on the very first tab. And then the month will be on the middle tab as we go through, and the week will be on this kind of third, most outside tab of the dashboards, except for these guys. So they're all organized the same way, so that I can easily just count back and be like, okay, I want to go to health month, so I can just go 1, 2, 3, and I know I'm on my health month without actually even looking at it. It's just an easier way for me to ease into the day if I'm looking for something in particular at my fingertips, and I don't have to guess where I'm at. It's just a navigational thing. So that is how that starts. And then I have in there my monthly, which I go through all of this at the end of the month, so you guys will see all of the spreads. But basically it's just a basic monthly layout for my faith month. And then for my weekly spread, I have the quadrant layout like I mentioned before. I use this planner for lettering. I usually letter the verse of the day, and you'll see that in this part of the planner. So that would be where I go for my faith week, and again another tab, 1, 2, 3. So that's that section of the planner. I have it all set up for the month, and I leave the full month in there, and then like I said, I'll move that out for the next month and move in the new one at the end. And you can see that process, and as well as all of my finished flip through, or all my finished spreads in the flip through videos. So that's the end of the faith planner section. And then I move into my daily section, which leads off with this morning routine setup. All of my daily schedules, again, that special part of each of the planners is in here. And the daily schedules is one of the special parts of this part of the planner. I have a morning routine, a master weekly routine that kind of goes over just my full routine, perfect routine, I guess, for the week, kind of defining what I would be doing on each day and at what hours. So that's a really handy thing when I just need some direction. And then on the back of that, I have my more pocket corners here so that the pages can be removed later down the road. But I have my block schedule for when I need a little less definition to my layout. So that's my daily schedules. And Again, I have a video on this if you're interested. Routine building is part of my productivity series. If you're looking for more information about how I built those. So that is the first part of the daily planner, and the planner that I'm actually using is from my shop. I have put it into this cover, which is from a Happy Notes as well, on some black plastic discs, but the actual planner itself is from my shop. It is a horizontal layout combined planner, and in the beginning of the year, actually late in December of last year, I went ahead and made some dividers for this part of my planner. I also have a video on that if you want to see how to make some dividers for your planner, how I did that. But yeah, so basically I have the months in here just ready to go. Like, same kind of setup. The planner stays on my desk and I just move in a month at a time as the months change out. That will stay here, so that's the actual planner feeding into my catch-all planner. So we have May, and again a simple monthly layout, which I use this for my memory keeping. So my monthly layout has been kind of like a memory each day to remember the just through time, and that's been working great. Got another dashboard here so I can flip to this right after I go through my faith, and then I have another one here for my daily week. Again, that same 1, 2, 3 layout and my horizontal spreads. So I have the rest of the month in here, and at the back I have a habit tracker on the back of each month. This is something that I added to my inserts so that I could have a habit tracker just at ease on the back, since I wasn't really utilizing the back page as much. You can kind of see the back page looks like this as a standard from my shop when you get the combined planner. I decided to change that out for this extra insert that I also have in my shop so that I could habit track. So that's where this lives, and in order for me to navigate to this at the back of the month has been a little bit awkward. And I had a tab here that used to say work habits because I had a work planner next. That did not work out for me. This whole middle section was just kind of a hot mess. So what I decided to do was to make that fourth tab, that outside tab, a daily habits tab, and then that way I could navigate to it pretty easily through flipping, and I'd know exactly where I was and I wouldn't miss it. That was what was really the problem, is that I would miss the habits completely because it was right in line with this health trackers tab, so I would flip right past it without even really thinking about it, and that became a problem. So I'd always end up having to go back and be like, okay, oh wait, I missed something. So that way, having it on the outside, I shouldn't miss it now, and it's a little bit easier for me to just jump right to it. This is the only other one I have in that like far out outside tab, so I decided to put this here, but I wish I had another one. Later down the road I'll show you why, but I think this is the best place I could put it for the time being. The next part of my planner is the health planner section, and this is all again in that schedules divider tab where I reference these things daily and have something I need to reference, on a daily basis. Basically saying the same thing I just said. And it starts off with this little healthy habits pocket pages that I also made a while back but do not have a video on. I would reference the faith video that I do have one on and kind of see how I set this up, but this was before I had my channel. But basically I just kind of made a little page to start off my health planner, just little reminders for healthy living. And I really liked how it turned out, nice and colorful and cute, so keep that in the front. And then I just cut up a divider that I had in my stash and used it on the back and kind of made a nice big quote there. So that leads off the next part of my planner, which is the health kind of trackers goal section. I have this insert in here with my goals. I have a setup video on the inside of this as well as the back, but not the front. I kind of just did this one afternoon. But you can see more about that if you just look up like health goals, weight tracker. You should find some information. And then, like I said, on the back I have like this final countdown, but I'm not going to show it to you because, yeah, it's got some weight information that I will like to keep hidden until I get a little closer to my goal weight. I also have some random things about the diet I'm trying to follow right now, my health schedule, like my strength training schedule that I'm currently following. Just thrown in here. I don't really reference this regularly, but it's just nice to have in case I need to go back and see something or get some new ideas for meals. Now we're on to the next insert or printable from my shop that I use for the dated sections. And what I have set up here is from this planner. Again, they're all kind of hybrids because I've been doing a lot of printables from my shop. So this is another Happy Notes cover that I had in my stash, as well as some metal rainbow discs, just because I needed something for this part of the planner. And I had those on my stash. So it was a Happy Notes. It says Stream Bigger. And then I also made the dividers for this section. It's set up very similar to my daily planner as far as dividers, and then it goes into my inserts. So I have that. I also have at the back a whole section of all of my health from way back when. So I kind of use this as storage as well for anything that is not a current health thing that I have going on, but I want to keep for reference, like old measurements or weight trackers, workout plans, things like that. I just kind of keep it in the back of this part of the planner, and I always know it's there because it's in the health planner, so I know where to go. And that is the third planner in my catch-all. So I have May already built in here. I have my monthly, and that I use for basically tracking my symptoms for my chronic allergies and asthma, as well as any supplements and medications I take on a regular basis. I don't do a setup video for this. I just kind of do whatever I'm feeling in the beginning of the month, and this one I kind of went with a rainbow theme because I was hopeful. So we'll see if it all goes well. Oh, and I also have this little insert card as like a key, so I can easily write down whatever the symptoms, or not symptoms, the supplements or medications I'm taking at a glance without having to write out each thing on the day. So I kind of just push this from month to month, so I always have that as a reference. And then I have my weekly setup, which I do on camera every week. It's the same with my horizontal setup, and I just work out of this each week, reference it each day, and I have my outside tabs so I know exactly where to go. So that's how I have it set up. I also use some stickies on this spread a lot, just so that I can kind of pre-plan what workouts I need to do and on which days. It just makes it a little bit easier so I don't forget to do something or get off schedule too far. So just quickly go through that. So yes, I have the rest of the month in there, and then I use the back of this in a bullet journal style setup with my monthly stats. So I just kind of have a little sticky there to remind me to set this up at some point before the end of the month. So that's the end of my health planner. Then we go into my social. So my social planner is set from this Happy Planner. I'm going to move this over, that I got for 2021, and it is a homebody. I call it the Homebody Seasons. I still don't know the name of this planner, but it's the actual planner from the Happy Planner. There's no inserts or frankenplanning. So the cover is the same, the discs are the same, and then it like goes into the dividers, and everything in the month are in here. That is why I have a divider in here for this section in particular, because the monthly is on the back of it, which I can't really show you at this time, but if you want to see the setup after the month is over, just check my flip through videos and you can get a real detailed look at the setup for the month. But like I said, I just basically pull out a month, kind of same process, and then put it into the catch-all each month out of this Homebody Seasons. So here, I do show this part, so I'll go ahead and show you the front here. I have the back page of the year at a glance that came with that planner. And then I use the perpetual here to track my followers and subscribers in YouTube and Instagram each day. So I just kind of write them down. It's kind of that special part of the planner, so I use that here and label it social growth. And then it goes into the month. Here, I guess I'll show you this in case you haven't seen one. This is what the monthly overview kind of looks like. So I use all pen, nothing too crazy here. It's already pre-decorated, the entire planner, and by quarter, so I just take that and use that as the decor for the most part. I put in here the overview for my Instagram posts and my videos on YouTube, pre-plan it all out on here, and that's what I use it for. And then the weekly setup, I do sometimes decorate. Mainly, I've been doing that more often because I'm really kind of tired of the design of the florals, which I'll show you in detail in a minute. So I've been doing that, and I basically use this side more for like organizing things that I do in my routine, as well as the keep track again of my subscribers and followers, as well as like the change between each day. So I just kind of do a little diagram there and use that. I use this section here for my videos of the week and then my posts. So that is how I'm using it, and this is a dashboard layout. This is what it looks like for May, so you guys can get a little taste of why I've been covering it up. They were pretty at first, but this is the third month I've been in there and I'm kind of over it, so I've been doing a little more decorating. So I have the whole month in there. I have it all kind of set up on my currently page, ready to go. It's kind of where I track my monthly goals and just change of followers and growth on this section, nothing too fancy. And again, you can see the details of all of this. I do show pretty much my full social media planner after the pen at the end of the month. Okay, so here we're into the last part of my planner, and this part of my planner is not shared. I don't really share this part of my planner because it is financial. So I have a perpetual calendar where I track my Etsy sales. So let me see if I have both. See if I can show you what it looks like. Yeah, I do. So this is the kind of calendar that I'm using. This is also from my shop. And I basically just write down the sales each day on this part of the planner. That's how I use it. That's all that I use in this part of the planner. It's, you know, its own little section. This is a weird part too because it doesn't have a full complete planner like the other 3 or 4 sections do. This one is just a perpetual calendar stuck in here, and then the budget is just a lined monthly stuck in, and I only use the monthly layout for that. And it looks like it basically looks like this on the back. So just as a full spread each month. So right now I'm in May. I have June. Oh yeah, I have June in here. So this is what it looks like. May, and then I have June in here so I can set that up before the month ends. But yeah, so that's it. And they're just back to back just like that in the section. And that's all of it. That's all I need for my budget. So that is the last part of the planner, and it is a monthly, so I put it in the middle tab, and then my Etsy sales is kind of a little bit special, so I put that in the front tab. So now we're at the end of my schedules section, or my dated part of my planner. And I used to have a pocket folder here separating this out from the reference section, but now I had moved it to the back, and I'll talk about that in a second. So this last section here is the reference, like I just mentioned, and it has 4 dividers in the back here that I made a while back out of some gold foil cardstock. I've labeled it personal, business, social, and miscellaneous. Basically, the things I keep in here for personal are like cleaning lists or things I need to buy, It's just like random stuff that, you know, maybe I'm thinking, oh yeah, I need to pick something up, and next time I'm on Amazon and I'll just write it in. So that is what would be found in the personal section. Business pertains to anything that has to do with my freelance business or my Etsy business. So a lot of that stuff is a little bit more confidential, but it's including things like ideas and stuff for that. Let me move this out of the way. This is just where I keep the Etsy and budget month stuff. So this is the planner here. It's really skinny, so I have it on some small gold discs, and I have some dividers in there, but I'm not really using it. I did do a work planner in the beginning of the year, and I ended up abandoning it around March, so there's just some folders in here that aren't really being used, as well as the other items that I need to feed into that section. So forgot to mention that. And this is just an old Happy Planner cover on there, and these are arc discs, 1 inch. Okay, so back to this. So yeah, I was discussing the business section. So that's what's in there, ideas for inserts and anything that's, you know, I'm working on for a client. I just kind of keep that for reference and notes, and I can just go to it right when I need it. I know exactly where it is. I have the social section, which is, again, more like ideas for growing my social channels and maybe branching out into new ideas. Things about the goals that I have set for myself as far as like starting memberships and things like that. So I have that kind of stuff in here, reference materials, notes. And then in miscellaneous, I have just some random things like vacation plans or reading lists, crafts I want to do, restaurants, things like that I want to try. I have my reading list insert here at the very back, which I made as well. So if you guys want to make your own, there's a video on this that just kind of lists the books I want to read and recommendations, as well as my book reading list. So my little library card, which I also have an insert that you guys can download if you want to make your own. I need to make a new one or print out another one because I've been reading like a madman lately. I've been reading a lot and I've really enjoyed it. Yeah, so that's my little reading log, and that kind of closes out the end of my miscellaneous section and my reference section. And like I said, I had this pocket folder here at the front of that section before, but I've moved to the back. I have another pen loop, same brand, Happy Planner, my 4-color friction one, which I really love having the options. Great for the color coding sections of my planner, in social in particular. And then this pocket folder is another one from the Planner Babe Happy Planner accessories. So I have that in there, and then I'm using the folder to kind of define out the like not scrap paper, but the miscellaneous note paper I have in here for use. Yeah, so I just have a few pages in here so it doesn't get too bulky, but I try to keep different types. This is where I wish I had a 4th tab that I could just stick here and say notes, and then I could pull it back out. So it might be something I'll create if I can't find one online to kind of hack and make my own. So that is basically how the planner closes out, with just this note paper at the back and my back cover. Whew. All right, you guys. So that is my current catch-all planner setup. Like I said, I'll have a video on how I made those clear dividers in case that's something you guys are interested in. I'll try to post that as soon as possible. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up down below. Go ahead and leave me a comment if you'd like to get in touch. And think about subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, if you'd like to see more of my videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time. Bye!